around, but ended up picking up his pivot foot and kind of just took a couple steps there. So ball goes back to Ogallala. Jaron Gager bringing it up the floor here for Ogallala. Top of the key now, Sawyer Smith. Thought about a three-pointer. Now he's going to try and penetrate. Pulls it back out to the left corner. Now a handoff to Rizak. Rizak hands off to Gager. Gager steps back. Now he looks for the ball right back. Doesn't get it. Sawyer Smith on the right wing. Getting it up to number 23, Race McClure into the first time. Out on the right wing, it's Rizak. Top of the key now. Sawyer Smith looking for a screen. Doesn't really use it, but gets into the lane anyways. Puts it up from about 5 feet out and airballs it. And retrieved here this time by Cougar Konzem. Brooks Kissinger now into the front court for the Blue Jays. Ashland-Greenwood moving it around the perimeter. Kissinger now on the left wing. It's guarded by Rizak. Now down low to a cutting Dane Jacobson trying to put up a shot. It's going to be fouled, so we'll go to the line for two. Ogallala's first team foul is going to go on number 0, Sawyer Smith. So obviously his first personal foul as well. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. The free throw was up and good from Dane Jacobson. Jacobson's third point of the game. Looking for number 4 right here and trying to give Ashland-Greenwood a 4-point lead. Free throw up and good. So Dane Jacobson able to push that lead out to 4. 6-2. Our score, 2:53 to go in the first period. Caden Rizak across the timeline now on the left wing. Going to hand it off to Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith gets it away to Jaron Gager. Gager working against his defenders, Drake Zimmerman on him. Going to hand it off to Sawyer Smith now, trying to get into the lane. Pops from just in front of the free throw line. Bounces around and no good. Rebound by Cougar Konzem and given up to Drake Zimmerman. And now Ashland-Greenwood back the other way. Slowing things down a little bit here for the Blue Jays is Jacobson. Now he's going to give it up to Zimmerman. And Zimmerman poked from behind there. As number 23, Derek Tones, or no, excuse me, number 23, Race McClure, able to poke it away there. Into the game for Ogallala is going to be number 35, Ryder Smith. Coming out is Harry Caskey. And in for the Blue Jays, number 13, Colton Nispel. I believe that's his first appearance in the game. And coming out, it's going to be looked at the wrong number here. Number 13 for Ashland-Greenwood is going to be Luke Clark. And coming in for number 24, Cougar Konzem. Left corner now for Tice. Going to give it back up to Kissinger. Now Zimmerman trying to make a move on the right side. Gives it up to Luke Clark. Clark swings it over to Zimmerman. Now back to Clark, top of the key. And Ashland-Greenwood just kind of making some exchanges out here on the perimeter. Now Tice is going to try and set a screen for Kissinger. Now Kissinger into the lane. Going to try and get rid of it. Corralled by Luke Clark. Luke Clark double team now for a moment. Now left wing for Kissinger. Down low to Zimmerman. 1:45 left to go in the first quarter. 6-2. Ashland-Greenwood leads Ogallala. Now a three-pointer here on the right wing. That's good for Luke Clark. And so Luke Clark, the 6-foot senior guard into the game, gets his first three-pointer of the game. Already over his season average of 2.4 per game. Jaron Gager now out top of the key for Ogallala. Down low now to number 23. That's going to be Race McClure. McClure now makes a move into the post. Puts it off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Dane Jacobson. And now Brooks Kissinger will run it up the floor for Ashland-Greenwood. Ashland-Greenwood moving the ball around. Kissinger now on the right wing. Kissinger top of the key. Thought about a college-level three-pointer, but decides to pass it up. Instead, it's going to be Jacobson kicking it back out to Zimmerman. Now Zimmerman down low to Tice. Right back to Zimmerman. Drake Zimmerman looking for somewhere to go with it. Now he's going to give it out to Brooks Kissinger out near the Huskers logo. 45 seconds to go. A 7-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood. Kissinger now got to put it off the glass. No good. Tipped out. And we'll see who this is called out on. And it's going to be Ogallala ball, as they say it was tipped out by Ashland-Greenwood. And back into the game for Ogallala is going to be number 5, Ian Shaw. Taking a seat on the bench is going to be number 0, Sawyer Smith. So here we go. Inbounds pass for the Indians. It's going to be Caden Rizak bringing it up the floor. Rizak gives it up to Race McClure. McClure now going to pop from the right elbow. No good. Rebounded by Dane Jacobson and the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. 21 seconds to go. Have to imagine the Blue Jays are going to hold for the final shot here.
Talk on the FM.
15 seconds to go. 7-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood. Moving to the middle of the court now is Jacobson. Jacobson with some tough on-ball pressure from Gager. Now gets it away to the corner, puts up the three. That is Clark. Comes up empty, rebounded by Ogallala. And now Rezac will have a half-court heave. No good. So after our first quarter, our score 9-2 in favor of the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays over the Ogallala Indians. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be back in 1 minute for the start of the second quarter right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to our second Class C1 semifinal of the day from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, I'm Carter Longy, and you're listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's going to be Ashland-Greenwood controlling things as we start the second half. And we're going to have a charge call here on Dane Jacobson as he tried getting into the lane. I believe that was Ian Shaw of Ogallala getting his feet set down low and taking the charge. It's going to be the first team foul there on Ashland-Greenwood. Both teams played pretty clean so far in terms of the fouling anyways. Just one for each team now. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Just 9-2 score here. Both these teams relatively high scoring on the year, but neither team has been super efficient on offense so far. Probably the biggest surprise so far of the game has been Jaron Gager for Ogallala. Still scoreless in this one. Averages 16.5 per game on the year. Gager with the ball right now on the right wing, working against Dane Jacobson. Now crosses over, trying to get to the right side of the lane. Now turns around, puts it up with the right hand. No good. Blocked by Jacobson. Now he scrambled for the ball on the floor. It's going to be corralled by Brooks Kissinger. And now he gets it away and will bring it up the floor. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Ashland-Greenwood looking to push their lead out. Three-pointer here from the left corner. That's good from Caden Bridges. The 6-foot senior guard gets into the scorebook for the first time tonight with a nice three-point looking shot from the left corner. 6:45 to go now, a 10-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood. Into the lane, putting up the right hand is Harry Caskey. He comes up empty, and Brooks Kissinger gets the board. And maybe a bit of a frustration foul here from Sawyer Smith as he's going to get called for a loose ball foul there. And it's the second personal, second team foul for Ogallala. Kissinger clearly had corralled that rebound by the time that Jacobson fouled. Smith fouled. So I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. Again, probably a bit of a frustration foul as Ogallala hasn't really been able to get anything going on offense. Now another easy layup here for Ashland-Greenwood as Dane Jacobson cuts into the lane and gets another easy layup. And now we're going to have a timeout here from head coach Andy Gillen and Ogallala. It's going to be a full timeout with 6:23 to go here in the first half. Ashland-Greenwood leads Ogallala 14-2. We'll take a quick break here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We'll be right back.
Check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, where our score in this Class C1 semifinal is 14-2 in favor of the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays over the 2-seeded Ogallala Indians. Indians have yet to lose a game on the season. And so we'll see if that first loss can come here today at the hands of the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. It looks good for Ashland-Greenwood, right now, obviously. But still a lot of ball game left to go. 6:23 left to go here in the first half. And Ogallala controls the ball after their timeout. So moving the ball around is Ogallala on the perimeter. Now into the hands of Harry Caskey out on the left wing. Now gives it up to Jaron Gager. Now popping a three from the left wing is going to be Ryder Smith. His three comes up empty, but a rebound by Harry Caskey. A powerful move down low, but he's going to be poked away from behind by Caden Bridges. A sneaky little move there by the 6-foot senior guard. He came right underneath Caskey. Caskey had no idea he was there. Tips it out of bounds and somehow ends up going off Caskey's hand as well. So it's going to go to the Blue Jays of Ashland-Greenwood. Into the front court, it's Brooks Kissinger. Left wing, it's going to be Bridges. Bridges swings it over now. Jacobson controlling. Dane Jacobson trying to work baseline now. He's going to pull it back out to the right elbow. Gives it off to Brooks Kissinger. Kissinger backs it out to the right wing. Kissinger working against Sawyer Smith here. Now Kissinger into the painted area. Puts up a little shot. No good. Tough shot attempt there for Kissinger. So not really a real big surprise that one came up empty. And now we're going to have a travel on the other end. It's going to be Ian Shaw who gets called for the walk. So it will go right back to Ashland-Greenwood. Little update I don't think we mentioned yet. North Platte St. Pat's ended up winning over in the D1 quarterfinal at Devaney. They won 43-40 over Dundee County Stratton. And the second game taking place over there in the second quarter is Johnson Brock and Maywood Hay Center. It's a 10-9 ball game right now in favor of Johnson Brock. But back here now at PBA, it's Ashland-Greenwood versus Ogallala. A 14-2 lead here in favor of Ashland-Greenwood. 5:05 left to go in the first half. And now we're going to have an official's timeout. I believe we have a blood on a player here. I think it's Harry Caskey, probably with a bit of blood on him somewhere. So he's going to have to check out the game, and into the game is going to be number 23, Race McClure. And into the game for the Blue Jays is going to be number 13, Luke Clark. Ashland-Greenwood controlling the ball. On the left wing is Brooks Kissinger. Now back out to Clark. Clark now gives it out to Kissinger. Now we're going to have a travel here on Luke Clark. I think Clark thought he got fouled, but it says it's going to be a travel call. So with 4:45 to go, it's going to go back to Ogallala. 14-2 our score in favor of Ashland-Greenwood. Up the floor now to Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith trying to spin away. Cannot get away from his defender, though. Now Ryder Smith down in the paint. Puts it up with the right hand. No good. Comes up with nothing. And this ball is going to go back with the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. A couple substitutions being made here. As heading to the bench is going to be both Caden Bridges and Luke Clark of the Blue Jays. And nearly losing the ball here is going to be Dane Jacobson, but he corrals it here on the left wing. Now gets it down low to Cougar Konzem. Now swung over to the right wing. Brooks Kissinger nearly lost it. Now he throws it right to Harry Caskey. Harry Caskey now coming down on the fast break. Puts it up off the glass. And that's going to be two for Ogallala. Just their second bucket of the game. Harry Caskey with all 4 points for Ogallala early in this one. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 14-4 our score. Ashland-Greenwood leading Ogallala by 10. Ogallala fans now getting up a little bit here after a bucket and trying to elevate their team with some cheering here. Swung around now, a three-pointer from the right corner. That's Dane Jacobson knocking it down, and that silences the Ogallala crowd who had just gotten excited for their team. Now it's back to a 17-4 lead for Ashland-Greenwood. This ball poked away here as Ogallala was trying to get a post entry going there for Harry Caskey. It's going to go out of bounds off the hand of Cougar Konzem, and now we're going to have a timeout call. And no signal yet on whether it's a 30 or a full. And it looks like the players are taking a seat here, so it's going to be a full timeout. 30-second timeout. And I guess they will stay off the bench, so we'll keep it right here as well. Once again, our score 17-4 in favor of Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Ogallala had almost nothing going on offense. Some really great perimeter defense so far from the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. They're really denying all the talented guards of Ogallala any good looks, especially this very surprising one, Jaron Gager, the star guard here for Ogallala. 0 points so far. I don't even know if he's taken a shot at this point, as he's either turned it over or just hasn't gotten a lot of touches to this point. So we'll see if Ogallala can eventually get him going. It's only been Harry Caskey so far with a couple of layups for Ogallala for any of their points so far in this one. So trailing by 13 now, out of the timeout. It's going to be Sawyer Smith controlling here for Ogallala, trying to get into the lane. Now he's going to lose the ball. Some good hands here from Ashland-Greenwood. And now we're going to have a jump ball call on the floor. Possession arrow will keep it with Ogallala. I believe we've now had 4 jump ball calls here in the first half. Quite a few in this little amount of time. And now we're going to have a call on the floor. It's looking like maybe Harry Caskey's bloody knee isn't quite covered up well enough yet, so he's going to have to head to the bench once again to make sure that gets taped up right. You may remember earlier he had to leave for a moment to get his knee taped up to avoid the blood. And now he's going to have to head back again, and the trainer is going to get him taped up so Harry Caskey can get back into the game here quickly for Ogallala. Obviously has all their points so far. Ian Shaw with the ball now gets it to Sawyer Smith in the right corner. Working around the perimeter now is Ogallala. Jaron Gager now going to try and get to the rim. Puts it up with the right hand. That's good off the backboard. And Jaron Gager finally gets into the scorebook for Ogallala. And they now trail by 11, 17-6 to Ashland-Greenwood with 3:10 left to go in the second period. Drake Zimmerman out on the top of the key. Gives it away now to Konzem. Konzem nearly has it stripped away. Now he's going to get to the rim and poked away again. But this time it's going to be a foul call on Sawyer Smith, his 3rd personal foul of the game. 3rd team foul here for Ogallala. Sawyer Smith, the only one picking up fouls here so far for the Indians. At the free throw line here for the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays is going to be number 24, Cougar Konzem. And the 6'4" senior forward is able to get the first one to go. Second free throw now for Konzem, up and good. So it's going to be Indians ball. Ashland-Greenwood leading 19-6 over Ogallala. 2:50 to go. Jaron Gager controlling, gets it away to Sawyer Smith in the right quarter. Now Caden Rezak can get a little handoff from Smith. Working it around the perimeter is Ogallala. Jaron Gager going to jab a couple times. Now works his way to the left, trying to get a post entry here to Caden Rezak. That's going to be stolen away by Dane Jacobson and the Blue Jays. Ashland-Greenwood now into the front court. Ogallala having a really tough time taking care of the ball here in the first half. 2:30 to go. Poke attempt there by Race McClure, but unsuccessful. Now a 3-pointer from the corner for the Blue Jays. No good. That was Caden Bridges missing that one. Moving around the perimeter from left to right now is Ashland-Greenwood. Now back top of the key. Thinking about a 3-pointer was Jacobson, but instead he's going to kick it out to Kissinger. Now back to Bridges, and he knocks it down. Caden Bridges gets his second 3-pointer of the ball game. Ashland-Greenwood's ball movement has been just beautiful here in the first half. 22-6, they now lead over Ogallala. 1:50 to go in the first half. Race McClure trying to get into the lane. Now he falls down and tied up now on the ground. And this is going to be another jump ball call. I believe this is the 5th of the first half. And this time the possession arrow is going to be in favor of the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. A couple substitutions made here on both sides, but now Ashland-Greenwood will get it back in. Drake Zimmerman controlling here on the left side of the court, working against Ian Shaw of Ogallala. Zimmerman's into the front court now, up by the Huskers logo. Now kicks back out. On the left wing is going to be Bridges. Now Drake Zimmerman down low, puts it up, and it's going to be no good because there's a foul on the ground. It's going to be a holding call here on Ian Shaw. It's going to be his first personal foul of the game for the 5'10" senior guard, and the 3rd team foul for Ogallala. Ogallala trailing by 16 points. 1:29 to go in the second period. Kissinger will trigger the inbounds pass for the Blue Jays. Gets it in to Konzem. Now top of the key and swung over to the right corner. It's going to be Bridges again. This time no good from three land. And so rebounded by Caden Rezak. Now pushing it forward for Ogallala. Thinking about a three was Ian Shaw. Instead he's going to pass it up and give it up to Jaron Gager. Now Shaw from the right wing. Pump fakes. Now trying to go down low. And a poke attempt there from Cade Bridges is unsuccessful. Caden Bridges now picks up his first personal foul of the game. First personal foul, second team foul for Ashland-Greenwood. Now Ogallala gets it back in. And now we're going to have a holding call here on, I believe, number 24. That's going to be Cougar Konzem. His first personal third team foul for Ashland-Greenwood. So 1:04 left to go here in the first half. Still a 22-6 score in favor of Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Taking it out for the Indians will be number 31, Harry Caskey. Caskey now going to get it in high to Caden Rezak out on the right wing extended. Rezak spins back to the middle. Jaron Gager now on the left wing. Gets a screen from Rezak. Moves down the perimeter to Ian Shaw. Now back to Gager, top of the key. Gager working against Kissinger here. Gager now into the lane. Puts it up with the right hand. No good. Rebounded by Caskey. Caskey's going to be blocked by Cougar Konzem. And now the Blue Jays take it back the other way. Drake Zimmerman into the lane, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Caden Rezak. Rezak now into the front court left wing. Moves it over to the top of the key. Now Jaron Gager, top of the key. And pass over to Ian Shaw, moving around the perimeter. And now a deep three here for Harry Caskey. Gets it to go. Harry Caskey with a very impressive deep three there for Ogallala. And so now a 22-9 score. Still in favor of Ashland-Greenwood. They lead by 13 with 15 seconds to go here in the first half. Brooks Kissinger controlling out on the right wing. He's guarded by Caden Rezak. Now he's going to move to the free throw line. Back out Drake Zimmerman, three-pointer from the right wing. Off the front iron. Rebounded by Rezak. 3 seconds to go here. Rezak puts up a half-court shot for Ogallala. No good. So at the end of the first half, a commanding 13-point lead here for Ashland-Greenwood as they lead 22-9 over the 2-seed Ogallala Indians. We're going to take a break here for a few minutes on 93.7 The Ticket, but when we come back, we'll have you with a halftime show, giving you a recap of this one and updating you on some scores. And so we'll be right back right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, Go Big Red!
Spring is here. Time to make your backyard a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds as low as $27 per month. Stealth semi-in-ground pool starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Wellness, and Stealth starting at $73.99. In-grounds from $39.99. Spring is here. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
This is Sam Greasel from the Nebraska men's basketball team. I'm here to tell you about my favorite men's store in Nebraska, and that's Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln. When I went off to college, I purchased my suit from them and another when I attended Big Ten Media Day. Their fashion sense, clothing knowledge, and tailoring is unparalleled. Simply said, no one does it better than Gary Michaels Clothiers, located in Village Gardens, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back inside of Pinnacle Bank Arena for our halftime recap from this Class C1 semifinal between the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays and the Ogallala Indians. It's been pretty much all Ashland-Greenwood here in the first half as they lead 22-9 over the Indians. Obviously, the Ogallala Indians came into this game today undefeated, 27-0 on the year, but now down 13.5 and almost nothing going for them on offense. They are definitely in danger of losing that first game of the year here to Ashland-Greenwood, who came in with a record of 25-2. Let's take a look at some of the scoring leaders for both teams. We'll look at all the contributors here so far. Dane Jacobson has been the lead man here so far for the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. He has 9 points so far in the game. He's hit a couple of three-pointers along with a couple field goal and a free throw. Caden Bridges has 6 points here for the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. He had 2 three-pointers there in the second quarter, giving him 6 points. Then we had 3 points from Luke Clark, 2 points from Brooks Kissinger, and 2 points from Cougar Konzem to give them a total of 22 points on the game. As for the Ogallala Indians, as I said, they like to have just 9 points so far and from only 2 scores. Harry Caskey has been about the only efficient offensive player so far here for Ogallala. He is 7 points right now. I believe he's 3 for 4 from the field. He had two pointers and then a very, very deep three-pointer. I was very surprised that he pulled, but he ends up knocking it down. A very good shot there from Harry Caskey. And then Jaron Gager, their leading scorer on the year, has been nearly completely ineffective on offense so far today. He's only put up, I think, 2 or 3 shots maybe, and he's only hit one of them. He only has 2 points so far in the ball game and just the 1 field goal from the field. So we'll see if they can get Jaron Gager going here in the second half. We'll also see if they can get guys like Sawyer Smith and Caden Rezak to get into the scoring book, because so far it's only been their 2 leading scorers who have been able to put any points on the board. And like I said, Jaron Gager really hasn't done much at all anyways either. Very, very tough on-ball pressure so far from the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays out on the perimeter, which has really made things tough for the Ogallala guards. Like I mentioned, Sawyer Smith, Caden Rezak, Jaron Gager, Ian Shaw. They just haven't really been able to penetrate much because the on-ball pressure is so tough. And then Ashland-Greenwood also doing a great job of filling in the lane and playing help defense. And there's been just a lot of turnovers and whatnot as well for Ogallala, as they've gotten poked from behind and stripped on their way to the rim. And they just haven't done a very good job of taking care of the ball so far. I don't have the turnovers numbers in front of me, but I have to imagine they're not too good so far for the Ogallala Indians. But there's obviously still a full second half of basketball to play. There's plenty of time for Ogallala to get back into this game. There's also plenty of time for Ashland-Greenwood to help put this game away. Once again, waiting in the championship game for the winner of this game is the number 8 seed Auburn, after they took down Omaha Concordia by a score of 54-53 in our first semifinal of the day. Also, a reminder what happened earlier elsewhere over at Devaney. North Platte St. Pat's defeated Dundee County Stratton by a score of 43-40 to move on to the championship game. They're waiting for the winner of Maywood Hay Center and Johnson Brock. They're at halftime as well. Maywood Hay Center leading that one 16-13 as that they are getting prepared to begin the second half as well. Once again, another reminder, we will have every single game from PBA right here, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming up next today, we have at 1:30 p.m. in our second session, the Class B semifinals. First up will be Scott Catholic and Crete in a 1-5 matchup there in the semifinals. And then at 3:15 p.m., we'll have a 2-6 matchup after York was able to pull off the upset against Scotts Bluff there in the first round, as Platteview and York will face off in that second semifinal at 3:15 p.m. And then in our third session of the day, we'll have our Class A semifinals between the number 1 seeded Bellevue West and number 5 seed West Side in that first semifinal. And then finally, the nightcap tonight will be the 2 seed Millard North versus the 3 seed Gretna, as they will face off in the second semifinal there in Class A. We are getting closer and closer to getting our championship games set here from PBA and at Devaney. So make sure you continue to tune in all day long to find out what we got coming for you tomorrow on Saturday, as once again, we'll have every single championship game live here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Really quick, want to give also another big thank to all of our sponsors: EP Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University Roofing Service Company, NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska, and Supreme Pool and Spa. Once again, we would not be able to bring you all this coverage of the Nebraska State Boys High School Tournament if it wasn't for all those wonderful sponsors. So another big shout out to them. And speaking of those sponsors, we're going to throw it to another quick commercial here. We've got just over 2 minutes to go here until the start of the second half. Once again, Ashland-Greenwood leading Ogallala 22-9 here from PBA. I'm Carter Longi. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the beginning of the second half of our second Class C1 semifinal of the day here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Once again, it's a 22-9 lead for Ashland-Greenwood as we begin the second half. And Jaron Gager trying to get things going here as we start in the second half for Ogallala, but he comes up empty on that little floater from the right block. So it's going to be a 22-9 lead here for Ashland-Greenwood. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. Now a three-pointer here from the left side from Caden Bridges is going to come up empty for Ashland-Greenwood, so Ogallala able to pull down the rebound and come back the other way. Sawyer Smith now somewhere to go with it, gets away now to Ryder Smith. Now a little jumper from Harry Caskey, who continues to be the offensive force for Ogallala. He's now up to 9 points of their 11, and they cut the lead to 11 here with 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Brooks Kissinger now out on the left wing, swings it back up to Dane Jacobson, now over to Caden Bridges. Jacobson now top of the key, going to get a little screen, and rolling to the rim was Konzem, but Jacobson not able to get it to him. Now Caden Bridges thought about a short corner jumper, instead gives it back to Dane Jacobson. Right wing driving, now left corner for Konzem, that's going to rim out, no good. Rebounded here by Sawyer Smith, and now Ogallala will come back the other way. Sawyer Smith now working baseline, and we're going to get a pushing call here, and I believe this is going to go on Dane Jacobson, and in fact, it does. Dane Jacobson's second personal foul of the game, first team foul of the second half here for Ashland-Greenwood. Jaron Gager inbounds it. Now left wing here for Ryder Smith. Gager now left wing getting to the rim, puts it up with the right hand, bounces around, no good, and tipped out and taken away by Caden Bridges. Now pushed up to Brooks Kissinger. Swung around the perimeter. Now it's in the hands of Konzem in the left corner. Kissinger now short corner, trying to keep it away. Now Konzem gets it, spins, puts it up with the left hand, off the glass, no good. Tipped out now, bodies on the floor, and collected by Ryder Smith of Ogallala. Now pushed up here to Jaron Gager. We're going to get a foul call. That's going to go on Brooks Kissinger, his first personal foul of the game, second team foul for Ashland-Greenwood in the second half here. The Ashland-Greenwood bench there wanted a travel call on Jaron Gager before the foul, but it's going to go down as a foul, so still Ogallala ball. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 22-11 our score. Sawyer Smith now bounce past Harry Caskey. Caskey puts it up, bounces around, touches every part of the left side of the rim, and falls. Harry Caskey continues to just put points on the board for Ogallala, pretty much single-handedly keeping them in this game right now. 22-13 our score, 5:42 to go. Now we're going to get a foul call here. I believe it's going to go on Jaron Gager. That it does. It's going to be Gager's first foul of the game, first team foul for Ogallala here in the second half. So taking it out is Ashland-Greenwood. Triggering the inbounds pass is going to be Caden Bridges. 5:40 to go here. Ashland-Greenwood is swinging it around the perimeter. In the hands of Brooke Kissinger now on the right wing. Dane Jacobson now pulls it back out to the Huskers logo. Ashland-Greenwood holding on to a 9-point lead right now, trying to extend that back out to double digits. Kissinger spins, tapped out by Gager there for a moment. And it's going to stay in the possession, though, of Ashland-Greenwood. Trap now from Ogallala. Gets it away, though, is Kissinger. Now left corner three here from Bridges. No good. Good rebound, though, by Brooks Kissinger down low. Back out to Bridges again, left wing. Now it's going to be Dane Jacobson with a little floater off the front iron and rebounded by Ryder Smith. And now Sawyer Smith will push it up the floor. Excuse me, that's actually Ian Shaw coming up the floor. Now it's going to be Sawyer Smith, though, putting it off the glass. No good. And rebounded by the Blue Jays once again. Now Brooks Kissinger controls. Kissinger working against Ian Shaw. Kissinger now into the front court, and we're going to have a timeout called. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for Jacob Mose and the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. It's their first timeout of the game. Obviously, Ashland-Greenwood has not had too much adversity faced so far in this one, but Ogallala has come out a little bit hot, I guess if you want to call it that, compared to what they've played so far in this game. They are on a 4-0 run here to begin the second half. Obviously, not a whole lot of scoring by either team so far, as we have 4:45 left to go in the third period, and just 4 points total between both teams combined. But Ogallala has cut the lead back down to 9 after going into the half down 13. So really, any points that they can get right now are crucial, as points are coming at a premium right now for everybody other than maybe Harry Caskey, who is now up to 11 points on the game for Ogallala, 11 of their 13, of course. Harry Caskey now the leading scorer in this entire game, passing up Dane Jacobson, who had 9 there in the first half for Ashland-Greenwood. But both teams out of their 30-second timeout now, and it's going to be Ashland-Greenwood ball. Kissinger gets it out near the half-court line, works his way back towards the middle of the court. Drake Zimmerman back into the game here for Ashland-Greenwood. Also in the game for Ashland-Greenwood, number 35, Dawson Tice. It's going to be Zimmerman, though, out on the left wing. Swings it back up to Kissinger. Kissinger now driving down the right side of the lane. Kicks it back out to Zimmerman. The ball worked around here a little bit by the Blue Jays. Now it's going to be Kissinger down low, puts it off the glass, rolls around, no good. Drake Zimmerman, though, with a great board for the Blue Jays. Now swung around, Bridges for 3 from the right wing, no good. And this time it's going to be rebounded by Ian Shaw and nearly taken away by Bridges, and maybe it still might. Ball out and loose, and it's going to go off of no one. I guess we don't really get a call because it's actually going to be a foul call. It's going to go on number 4, Caden Bridges of Ashland-Greenwood, his second personal foul of the ball game and third team foul for Ashland-Greenwood here in the first half. Caden Bridges nearly with a fantastic defensive play there. Still a very good play. Knocks it away here from Ogallala, but ends up getting the foul call after the loose ball was, rolling around. He's trying to make an attempt at it. But it's Ogallala ball now, and now popping a 3 from the right wing is Caskey, and Caskey nearly got that one to go. Thought he had some shooter's touch there, but it's going to go out of bounds and into the possession of Ashland-Greenwood. So Harry Caskey, who's been the pretty much sole offensive threat so far today for Ogallala, comes up short on that three-pointer. Bounced around on the front rim a couple times there, and I thought it was going to drop, but ends up coming up empty. So Ashland-Greenwood ball now taking it out is Zimmerman. Some full court pressure here from Ogallala. Just putting on some one-on-one full court pressure. No traps or anything like that. Just trying to maybe force some unforced errors here. Now there's going to be a blocking foul on Caden Rizak of Ogallala. Drake Zimmerman was trying to work against him. First personal foul there for Rizak. It's going to be the second team foul for Ogallala here in the second half. Kissinger now working against Ian Shaw in the front court. Getting it up to Jacobson. Now trying to get to the rims, Konzem. He puts it up and gets it to go, and the foul. And so Cougar Konzem is going to go to the foul line for one more. And the foul's going to go on number 1, Caden Rizak. So he picks up back-to-back fouls. Second personal foul, 13 foul now for Ogallala here in the second half. So Cougar Konzem's free throw no good, but he does get 2 to go there on the layup for Ashland-Greenwood. They get their lead back to 11, 24-13. 3:22 left to go in the third quarter. Sawyer Smith trying to get an entry pass to Harry Caskey. Not going to be there, though. Now backs back out to Ian Shaw. Now in the quarter, putting up a 3 is Caden Rizak. Rims around and out. A little bit of a toilet bowl roll there for Rizak. No good. Now Drake Zimmerman the other way. Going to go up and gets the layup to go. Fast break, 2 points for Ashland-Greenwood right there. Drake Zimmerman into the scorebook for the first time tonight. Now it's going to be Jaron Gager trying to work against Drake Zimmerman. Swings it up top to Sawyer Smith. Now Smith out to Rizak. Rizak with the handoff now on the left elbow, tied up here by the Blue Jays. And it's going to be a jump ball call as Brooks Kissinger was able to tie him up. And possession arrow will send it back with the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. .248 to go in the third quarter. A 13-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Left side of the court now it's Kissinger getting past Caden Rizak. Kissinger pushing it up the floor quickly. Now he's going to give it up here to Luke Clark. Now back in the hands of Kissinger, getting into the lane. Kissinger going to pump fake, now goes up with it, and he's going to travel. As Kissinger kind of stepped through there on a pump fake and then tried to step through again. Can't step through twice. So still a 13-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood. 2:35 to go. Coming into the game for the Ogallala Indians is going to be, for the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays is Dawson Tice. Jaron Gager now with the ball, working against the defender and tries to put it up and loses the ball. It's going to be out of bounds here on Ashland-Greenwood. So Jaron Gager gotten in the lane quite a few times here, but had it poked away and blocked quite a few times. Hasn't really gotten any foul calls. Had a tough time here down low today. One of the referees had a brief chat there with Gager. Now Jaron Gager, left wing. Gets it down low. Now back out to Sawyer Smith. Step back three from the left wing. No good. And rebound attempt there by Caden Rezak unsuccessful. So Ashland-Greenwood will go the other way once again. Brooks Kissinger now hands it off to Drake Zimmerman. Zimmerman now into the lane. Nice bounce pass to Tice. Puts it up off the glass. That's good for 2 more. Dawson Tice, first points of the game. 28-13 lead now for Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Now deep three for Jaron Gager off front iron. Gets his own rebound. Now trying to get it away to his teammate. Now down in the lane. Puts it up off the glass. And this time it's going to be a foul call here. And Jaron Gager will go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be a number 35, Dawson Tice. Now we're going to have a timeout call on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout here for head coach Andy Gillen and the Ogallala Indians. It's going to be just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Once again, we got 1:48 left to go here in the third quarter. A 28-13 lead for Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Ogallala initially came out and got a 4-0 run here out of the halftime break, but now a 6-0 run from Ashland-Greenwood puts them back up by 15, their largest lead of the game. Ogallala just not really able to get anything going on offense so far today. Once again, I keep going back to it. I think it's just that on-ball pressure from the Blue Jays has really been giving the guards fits from Ogallala, especially when they try to get into the lane. Ashland-Greenwood's done a fantastic job of just kind of poking away balls to both the on-ball defenders and the on-ball defenders. A lot of times the Ogallala guards are getting past them and they're just reaching around them and poking it from behind. And Ogallala just doesn't seem to really have an answer here so far in offense. First free throw from Gager's up and no good, so nothing's going right here so far for Ogallala today. 1:48 to go here in the third. They still trail by 15. Gager's second free throw up and rims around, no good. So Jaron Gager with a chance for a couple easy points there for Ogallala comes up empty. That's something they really can't do today when they have not been able to put the ball in the bucket. Right wing now, Zimmerman swings it around now to Kissinger. Kissinger gets a screen from Thice. And that one's going to be up and no good. Rebounded here by Jaron Gager. Gager now pushing it up the floor. Gager ahead to McClure. McClure now trying to go up with it. And he's going to get called for the travel, as McClure kind of got tripped up there just a little bit as he kind of ran over Zimmerman. There was a no call there. I liked that part of it. Not calling a charge, not calling a block foul. But they do get McClure for the travel there as he fell down with the ball in his hands. And obviously that's going to be a travel every time unless you're dribbling it to the ground. And head coach Andy Gillen wanted a little bit of an explanation over there. And it looks like he's satisfied with it. So it's going to be Ashland-Greenwood ball. Pushing up the left side of the floor, it's going to be Drake Zimmerman. Zimmerman now with 1:15 left in the third quarter and a 15-point Ashland-Greenwood lead. Swinging it around now, it's going to be Brooks Kissinger out on the Huskers logo. Gets a screen from Tice. Swinging it around now in the right corner, it's Konzem. Now down low to Kissinger. Kissinger has it stripped away for a moment. Now it is taken away by Ogallala. Left wing now, it's Sawyer Smith working to the top of the key now. Brooks Kissinger with the defensive effort. Sawyer Smith puts it up off the glass. No good, but there's going to be a foul here on Brooks Kissinger. It's going to be Brooks Kissinger's second personal foul of the game. Fourth team foul, I believe, for Ashland-Greenwood. Excuse me, fifth team foul for Ashland-Greenwood. Scoreboard hadn't quite updated yet. So at the line, it's going to be number 0, Sawyer Smith, the 6'2 freshman guard's first free throw is up, no good off back iron. Substitution waiting to come into the game, but it's looking like it must be for Sawyer Smith. He did not come in after that first free throw attempt. Second one up and good. And now we're going to have a quick substitution here as Ryder Smith's going to come in for Sawyer Smith. Back into the game here now for Ogallala once again is Jaron Gager as well. Gager now with the on-ball pressure on Brooks Kissinger. Kissinger trying to work it up the floor, crosses the half-court line now. Ball currently in the hands of Konzem. 35 seconds on the clock. We'll see if Ashland-Greenwood will hold for the final shot here. They lead by 14, 28-14 over Ogallala. And now we're getting an over and back call. Some good on-ball pressure defense there by Ogallala as Konzem is forced into the turnover. Gager now into the front court on the right wing. Gager going to pull from three-point line. No good. And 20 seconds to go. Ashland-Greenwood will take it the other way. Conzum now tied up a little bit. Caden Rizek with some good oddball pressure there. Now up the floor. Zimmerman on the left wing. Swung back up to Kissinger out near the top of the key. Kissinger into the lane, trying to get it away to Tice. Tice puts it up. That's good. 4 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Put up for full court by Rizak. No good. And after Tice's bucket there at the end of the quarter, it's going to be a 30-14 lead for Ashland-Greenwood. They'll take a 16-point lead here into the final period. Ogallala is going to have a lot of work to do if they want to get back into this game and have a chance to advance to the state final. But we'll be back in 1 minute here for the start of the fourth, right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here between the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays and the Ogallala Indians. And starting things off, it was Jaron Gager trying to get into the lane there, missing a shot to begin the fourth quarter for Ogallala. Now it's in the hands of Ashland-Greenwood. We already had a foul right away there on Ryder Smith of Ogallala. That's the fourth team foul for Ogallala. 7:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Our score 30-14, 16-point lead here for Ashland-Greenwood in the fourth quarter. Now down low, putting it up as Jacobson, but he's going to be blocked by Sawyer Smith, flying in there for a nice block there for Ogallala, preventing another 2 points there for Ashland-Greenwood. So Ashland-Greenwood to inbound now. It's going to be Brooks Kissinger trying to get it in. Now he goes up top to Tice. Kissinger now working against Sawyer Smith on the left wing. Now top of the key, it's going to be Jacobson. Jacobson now to Bridges. Moving around the perimeter is the Blue Jays. Now down low to Bridges. Bridges short corner trapped here. And now we're going to have a timeout call here from Ashland-Greenwood, a full timeout from Jacob Mose. So with that, we're probably going to take another break as well. Our score is still 30-14 with 7:16 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Ashland-Greenwood trying to close the thing out and give themselves a berth to the state championship game. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back inside of Pinnacle Bank Arena. We've got almost the entire fourth quarter to go still in this Class C1 semifinal. The winner of this game will move on to take on Auburn in the Class C1 state championship game after Auburn was able to win their semifinal game earlier against Omaha Concordia by a score of 54-53. Ashland-Greenwood easily controlling this one so far, up by 16, 30-14. And so just trying to run this thing out so they can punch their ticket. Obviously no shot clock here in C1, so a little easier to do that with a 16-point lead as they don't have to really shoot. They've already ran a minute off the clock here early in this one, and now we're going to have a blocking foul here on Ogallala. Going to go on number 31, Harry Caskey. I believe that's his first personal foul, fifth team foul here for Ogallala. maybe not the worst thing that Ogallala already has 5 team fouls here early in the fourth, as once they need to foul later on, they'll be able to get them into the bonus right away and won't have to work their way up to that. As now we have a turnover here as the Blue Jays traveled. So 6:51 to go. Ogallala is going to need to put some points on the board here in a hurry. Into the lane now. It's Sawyer Smith looking for somewhere to go with it. Now gets away to Ryder Smith. Ryder now back out to, Caskey. And now Caskey, a three-pointer from the right wing off the front iron. And rebounded here by the Blue Jays. In control is Dane Jacobson. Up the floor now to, Konzem. Not sure why I got kind of blanked on the name there for a moment. Brooks Kissinger, though, now out on the left wing extended. It's guarded by Ian Shaw. Now a trap coming from Ogallala. Now they find Tice down low. Now going up for the layup is going to be Caden Bridges, but he's going to be denied and fouled by Ryder Smith. Second personal foul there for Ryder Smith. It's going to be the 6th team foul on Ogallala. Going to the line, like I mentioned, is number 4, Caden Bridges, the 6-foot senior guard. Caden Bridges with 6 points so far in this one. His first free throw is up and good. Caden Bridges, a couple of big three-pointers back in the second quarter. This is the first time, though, that he has had an opportunity to put some points on the board in the second half. Second free throw up and good from Caden Bridges. And so now he's up to 8 on the game. Up the floor now for Ogallala is Gager. Now top of the key, Sawyer Smith trying to get down low, puts it up off the glass and rolls around no good. Ogallala just cannot buy a bucket today. They now trail 32-14 at 5:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Brooks Kissinger now into the lane, puts it up. Good defense there, but from Jaron Gager, but somehow Brooks Kissinger gets it back. And now they're going to call a foul on Ryder Smith. It's going to be his 3rd personal foul of the game. And now Ashland-Greenwood will enter the bonus, as there's now 17 fouls up on the board. 5:48 to go in the ballgame. 18-point lead for Ashland-Greenwood. Brooks Kissinger looking to push it out to 20. 18, already the largest lead of this game. Front half of the 1-and-1 is up and in. So Brooks Kissinger surprisingly only with 3 points in this game. But obviously, Ashland-Greenwood's had no problem, as it's been a defensive battle all night long. And Ogallala has been unable to buy a bucket all night long. Kissinger misses the second one. It's going to be 33-14 with 5:42 to go. Jaron Gager looking for somewhere to go with it after he picks up his dribble. Now going to be tipped away and stolen by Brooks Kissinger and the Blue Jays. Kissinger now gets away to Dane Jacobson. Kissinger moving up the floor into the front court. Now a trap here from Ogallala. Out on the left wing is going to be Caden Bridges. Bridges now gets away to Dane Jacobson. Jacobson in the lane. Nice bounce pass. And putting it in for 2 is Cougar Konzem. Ogallala now, let's see if they can answer, as they've had so much trouble doing tonight. Now a three-pointer from the corner from Rizak, no good. Ball tipped around, and it's going to be on the floor. Now a three-pointer from Caskey out on the left wing, no good. Rebounded by Sawyer Smith, and Sawyer Smith trying to go up with it. He's going to be wrapped up here by Tice. Dawson Tice was not going to give Rizak an easy layup on that one. So I believe this foul is going to be on the ground. And actually, it's going to be a foul here on Caden Bridges first. 3rd personal foul, 6th team foul for Ashland-Greenwood. So apparently there must have been a reach and foul or a push foul there on Caden Bridges before Tice wrapped up Smith. Top of the key now, it's Race McClure. Sawyer Smith trying to step back there. Now Race McClure on the right wing, down low now to Harry Caskey. Harry Caskey puts up off the backboard. That's good. Ashland-Greenwood now back up the other way. Left side of the court. Controlling it's Brooks Kissinger. Kissinger now out to Konzem. Now down low, Dane Jacobson, and he's going to be fouled. We'll see who this one's called on. It's going to be a number 0, Sawyer Smith. It's going to be his 4th personal foul of the game. Eighteen fouls now for Ogallala. 4:21 to go still, so probably a good chance that Ashland-Greenwood is going to go to the double bonus for a good part of this game. And the first one is up and good there from number 3, Dane Jacobson. Having a good showing tonight for Ashland-Greenwood, leading the team in scoring with 10. Second one up and good once again from Dane Jacobson. 21-point lead here for Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Now popping from the free throw line is Sawyer Smith, and finally getting a bucket from somebody else other than Harry Caskey is Ogallala. Now we're going to have a foul call here on number 23, Race McClure. McClure's first personal foul of the game, and the 9th team foul on Ogallala. 4:07 to go, a 19-point lead here for Ashland-Greenwood. Make sure I do my math the right way there. Stepping in the line will be number 10, Brooks Kissinger. 6'3" senior guard with just 3 tonight. And he puts in the first one. Back to a 20-point lead here for Ashland-Greenwood. Second one up and in for Kissinger. Lead pushed back up to 21 here for Ashland-Greenwood. 4:05 to go. Jaron Gager steps back, pulls from the left wing, no good, and rebounded by Tice. Now popped away, though, and off Tice's hand. So Ogallala not giving up yet. Still trying to work hard here and force some turnovers and get some points on the board. Gets it into Gager quickly now. McClure into the lane, off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Brooks Kissinger. Kissinger now spins away, pushing up the floor. Kissinger on the right wing now, guarded by McClure. Now going to have a double here from Sawyer Smith. Gets it out now to Tice. Now swung across to Bridges. Bridges out near the Husker logo. Cross-court pass to Kissinger, and he's going to pull back out to the half-court line. 3:35 to go. Kissinger working against McClure. Now Gager's going to come over with a double team, and he's going to toss it over to Jacobson. Now Kissinger and Jacobson just playing some catch here, trying to play keep away from Ogallala and waste time off this clock. Bridges now over in the left wing. Bridges trying to get rid of it. He's going to throw it off the leg of Caskey, but instead it's going to be a 30-second timeout here for head coach Jacob Mose and the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. So once again, since it's just a 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here. I want to, again, give a big thank you to our sponsors for the 2023 Boys State High School Basketball Tournament coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. EP Foundation Repair, Platte Valley Equipment, Doane University Roofing Service Company, NDOT Highway Safety Office, A1 Automotive, Southeast Community College, High Electric, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska, and Supreme Pool and Spa. Without them, high school basketball would not be possible here on 93.7 The Ticket, and we're very thankful that we're able to bring you this state tournament coverage through our great sponsors. Not the most exciting game, I'm not going to lie, here down the stretch between Ashland-Greenwood and Ogallala. A 39-18 advantage for Ashland-Greenwood. 21 points is the deficit for Ogallala, and they have just been dead on offense all game long. And a lot of that's due to just some suffocating defense from Ashland-Greenwood all game long. 3:10 to go, though, and Ashland-Greenwood trying to really put this thing on ice as they're just trying to play keep away from Ogallala, and in the process, maybe put some more points on the board, whether through free throws or open layups. And it's going to be an open layup here and an and one as Dane Jacobson gets that layup to go, plus the foul. And this one's going to go on number 5, Ian Shaw, his second personal foul of the game. 10th team foul now on Ogallala. Jacobson's free throw is up and good. So Dane Jacobson helping to put this game on ice for Ashland-Greenwood if it wasn't already. A 24-point lead now with 3 minutes to go. Harry Caskey pulls from the right corner, comes up with nothing but air. Rebounded, though, by McClure. Now back out to Smith, his three-pointer no good. And now it's going to be Dawson Tice getting tied up there and fouled. So the 6'3" junior will go to the line for 2 here as they are into the double bonus. That foul's going to go number 23, Race McClure's second personal foul. Tice's first free throw up. Good. Dawson Tice now with 5 points on the game. Second free throw for Tice up and good once more. Ashland-Greenwood really just icing this thing all the way to the end. 44-18 now our score. 2:45 to go in the ball game. Top of the key now is Gager. Dribbles into the left elbow, puts it up, and just comes up with a brick there. And so just every single player for Ogallala tonight just looks off. And really too bad way to end the season. Obviously, they'll still move on to a third-place game here, but an unfortunate showing for a team who didn't lose a game all year long to have this kind of showing in the semifinal game. Have to imagine this game would be much closer if it was played again. And now another foul here by Ogallala. And heading to the line will be Dane Jacobson. At the line is going to be Dane Jacobson, shooting 2. His first free throw is up and good. So Dane Jacobson been the leading scorer all night tonight for Ashland-Greenwood, so who better than to put the game on ice than him? Now we got a couple substitutions here as exiting the game for Ogallala is going to be Sawyer Smith along with Harry Caskey, 2 of their more effective players tonight as Dane Jacobson puts the second free throw into the game for the first time tonight. Going to be number 4, Luke Hiltebrand. Also number 13, Colton Nispel. Now into the lane, putting up the shot. Ian Shaw, no good. Rebounded here by Luke Clark into the game for Ashland-Greenwood. And bringing it back up the floor is going to be Brooks Kissinger. Kissinger now backs it back out near the half-court line, and we're going to have a full timeout call here from Ashland-Greenwood. And now the Blue Jay fans are feeling it as head coach Jacob Mose is going to send in all his subs. It's going to be a line change coming out here next time for the Blue Jays. It is a full timeout, though, and they're actually going to sit down and discuss things a little bit here. So with 1:52 to go, a 46-18 lead for Ashland-Greenwood. We'll take a 30-second break and then be right back here. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So plenty of new faces out here for Ashland-Greenwood. Out on the court, it's going to be number 0, Cal Kissinger. Number 1, Landon Mose. Number 23, Derek Tonias. Number 20, Isaac Carson. And number 12, Ty Carey. So out on the left wing is going to be Tony's. Now in the corner, Ty Carey trying to make something happen. Now popping a 3 is going to be Landon Mose, and he gets it to go. And so a bit of salt in the wound, but it's good to see these young guys get in there and get some playing time. Mose, just a freshman who hasn't seen the floor hardly at all this season, hits a 3 in this tournament. And what better feeling can you get than that as a freshman? Putting up a 3 for Ogallala was number 4, Luke Hiltebrand, but his was no good, out of bounds. It's going to go back into the hands of Ashland-Greenwood. And as you can probably hear, the Ashland-Greenwood student section fired up, saying that they believe that they just won, and I believe they did too, as they have a 31-point advantage over Ogallala. Now into the lane is going to be number 23, Derek Tonjes. And there's going to be a foul, so he's going to go to the line for 2. Colton Nispel picks up the foul. Derek Tonias puts up the first free throw and no good, off the mark. Tonia's second free throw up and good. And so Derek Tonias gets his name into the scorebook in a state tournament. Once again, another freshman. Corner now, 3 ball for Ogallala, no good from Hiltebrand, and now going to have a hold here And curious to see who this one's going to go on. One on number 12, Ty Carey, 6'3" junior forward. First personal foul, 7th team foul for Ashland-Greenwood. Free throw up and banked in there by Race McClure. McClure's first point of the game. Nice to see the senior for Ogallala get into the scorebook. And second one is up and good as well. Up the floor now for Ashland-Greenwood. It's going to be Derek Tonies. Tonies now over to Landon Mose. Mose now gets it away to Isaac Carson. Now back to Mose, swinging it around. It's going to be Derek Tonies. Now a three-pointer here from Ty Carey is blocked by Race McClure. Now he gets it back, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hildebrand. And now Ogallala back the other way. And unfortunately, we have an injury on the floor. As down on the ground, I believe that's number 35, Ryder Smith. 6'2", senior forward here for Ogallala. And Smith visibly shaken up on the floor. 34.8 seconds to go here. A 30-point ball game. It's never a good thing when you see guys get injured, especially in a game like this where probably really isn't even necessary for him to be on the floor anymore. But I'm going to guess that maybe head coach Andy Gillen wanted to give some of his seniors that some last playing time here before they exit their high school careers, maybe. So 34.8 seconds to go. 50-20 is the score. Ashland-Greenwood over Ogallala. Caden Rezak controlling here now, left wing. Now he's going to step back, put up a three, and that's going to be no good. Nothing but air there for Rezak. Out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Ashland-Greenwood. Ashland-Greenwood student section is still active over there, letting them know that that was an air ball. Up the floor is Derek Tonies. Tonies now gives it up to Ty Carey. Ty Carey in the corner, 15 seconds left. We'll see if Ashland-Greenwood will finally just run this clock out. Now back out to Landon Mose and over to Carson, and I believe this is going to finally do it, folks. And our final, 50-20 in favor of the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays. They advance to the Class C1 championship game where they will face the Auburn Bulldogs for a chance at a state title. Obviously, it's now a rematch of last year's state championship game. Ashland-Greenwood, the defending champs, Auburn, the runner-up in last year's tournament. And so we get a rematch there in the state final between Ashland-Greenwood and Auburn. Auburn, obviously, two very close games to get there, winning by just by a margin of 3 there in their first game over Wahoo by a score of 47-44. And then they won earlier today by a score of 54-53. Ashland-Greenwood, a much different path, 52-28 in their quarterfinal game over Sydney, and now they have a very dominant 50-20 win here over Ogallala, and they move on to the championship game. The leading scorer tonight for Ashland-Greenwood was Dane Jacobson. He ends up having, 2, 4, 6, 15, 16 points for the Blue Jays. Following him up in the scoring column was Brooks Kissinger with 5, along with Caden Bridges with 8. And then also down for the Ogallala Indians, their leading scorer tonight was Harry Caskey. He added 13 points to their total of 20 points. And then outside of that, they just really couldn't get anything going all game long. So an unfortunate end here to the real season, I guess, for Ogallala. They'll still play in the third place game. But obviously, the third place game doesn't mean quite as much. It's still an accomplishment to get there. And impressive that they made it this run to the semifinals. A very impressive season by Ogallala. This is just their first loss of the season, and we'll see if they can get away with a third-place finish there as they'll play Omaha Concordia tomorrow at Lincoln Southeast at 1 p.m. But that's going to do it here for the C1 semifinals and session number 1 here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. When we come back, it's going to be Nick Sainer on the call for Scott Catholic versus Creek in our first Class B semifinal of the day. Then we'll move on to Platteview versus York. Then finally, the nightcap, the last session of the day will be Bellevue West versus Westside, and then Millard North versus Gretna for the nightcap. But that's going to do it here for now from PBA. We'll send it back to the studio for a little while, and then we'll get you back out here for Class B semifinals in just about maybe 30 minutes to an hour here, depending on how long we wait and get ready to go here. But for now, I'm Carter Longi saying so long, Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.